My neighbors are weird. I know what you'll say. I just woke up and decided to be mean, but trust me, that is not the case. I moved here a year ago. It's an estate in Benin City, and my rent is slightly above market value, but who would complain? It's safe, we have relatively stable electricity, and it's just a calm, quiet environment. And the icing on the cake? There are only 3 flats in my compound. The Oghilis and the Kalas are my only neighbors. Mr. Ogili came over to say hi my first morning here. It was a Sunday and the plan was to sleep in, but he was at my door as early as 6:30. When I opened it, I was greeted by the cool morning air and Mr. Ogili. He's a man in his late 40s with thick graying mustache. "Good morning, I'm Mr. Ogili," he told me with a wide grin. The hairs on his mustache shifted ever so slightly when he grinned, twitching in a way that made the smile seem less warm and more rehearsed. He offered me a handshake with a firm grip. His hand was freezing cold. "You must be our new neighbor. I thought I'd catch you before we went to church." I found it unsettling that throughout his introduction, his grin did not fade, not even for half a second. He just sat there on his face, wide and unmoving. I introduced myself as well, Ben, reminding myself to be pleasant considering he just interrupted that honey-tasting early morning sleep. He talked about his wife and his family, said he would love for me to meet them. Talked about the Kalas as well. Told me Mr. Kala was some offshore oil rig worker, only around for 2 weeks at a time. He made sure to ask if I was married, and when I had told him that I wasn't yet, he had let out a short chuff, all the while keeping that grin, and said, "On the path, I hope. A house without a woman's touch, it starts to rot. First the floors, and then the walls, even the man inside." He ended with a chuckle and shook my hand again. I found his joke to be uncanny, if it even was a joke. But he had delivered the line with that crazy grin. All I could do was force a polite smile, unsure whether to laugh along or close the door. Now that situation alone might not seem all that strange. People can have a wide variety of mannerisms during introductions. I'm fully aware I don't always make the best impressions, but as the months rolled by, I noticed even more bizarre things. Starting with the fact that Mr. Ogili's family never uttered a word, not to me or to themselves as much as I could tell. And yes, I observed them. When Mr. Ogili introduced me to his wife some days later, I can't recall her name, it's one of those Sophia or Cynthia type names. She had not said a word. She only waved at me with that same smile, no words, no response to my "really nice to meet you, Sophia or Cynthia or whatever." She just stood there, grinning and nodding. I blinked back at Mr. Ogili, who didn't at all act like this was weird. Was it? Maybe she was a mute, or just a shy woman. But they had 3 kids, all around that run around the compound and make noise age. And no, they did not run around the compound and make noise. They could be iPad kids, I know, except they weren't. They were out most evenings, just sitting on their porch, doing nothing at all, just staring at the walls, or sky, or me. No words. And the colors? Well, I never saw this offshore oil rig worker or his family. Not once. They had a Honda Accord just parked in front of their flat. Granted, I was at work most days, came home between 5 to 6 p.m. and was out earlier than 8 a.m. And I spent most weekends at my sister's. Abigail and her husband, Rufus, did not mind me staying over at all. My niece and my nephew love me, and Rufus had someone to destroy on FIFA all weekend long. And I got a break from racking my brain thinking about what to have for dinner. Should I cook or order in? All that nonsense logistics that came with eating while living alone. Back to the colors, yeah, I never saw them. To my knowledge, that car never moved. It was there sun up to sundown. Same spot, same angle. like it's been welded to the earth. Their front door looks like it has never been opened. Windows always closed, curtains drawn. Yet, Mr. Oghilis is able to pass on messages from Mr. Kala as if they see on a regular basis. Mr. Kala said I should welcome you. He said he will find time to come over and say hi. Mr. Kala has already paid his share for the repair of the pump machine. This is a nice compound. You will love it here. Mr. Kala and his family are wonderful people. Once I thought it would be a good idea to introduce myself. I had walked over and knocked on their front door. I was sure I heard something stir inside. The creak of a door, the thump of hurried feet. But no one answered. According to Mr. Oghilis, Mr. Kala and his wife have 5 children, 2 of which attend the University of Benin close by, but visit regularly. That's 7 people that live beside me I haven't seen. By day, the flat might as well be abandoned. Curtains drawn, windows shut tight, no shadows cross behind the glass. The whole place looks embalmed in silence. At night, though, it comes alive. Sometimes laughter bursts from the walls, too loud and too sudden. Other nights, it's shouting, the kind of heated argument where voices splinter and break, but never quite form words I can understand. You can hear indistinct conversations, music, and sometimes see the silhouette of individuals through the window, thin black figures moving behind the curtains. The creepiest thing happened last Sunday. I arrived from Abby's place quite late, turned on the TV and began to watch football highlights on YouTube when I heard a scream from the Callas. I ran over to my bedroom. The window there has a good view of their flat. The lights were on in the Callas' house, but the curtains were drawn. I could see the silhouette of a girl standing by the window behind the curtain. She had turned to face me, like she knew I was there, and she had waved. Slowly. I drew my own curtains closed, turned off my lights and went back to the living room. I brought my concerns to Mr. Oghilis the next time I saw him. He had greeted me with that ominous grin and said, "Mr. Ben, how are things going?" I asked about Mr. Kala and his family, and then chimed in the fact that I had never met any one of them. Mr. Oghilis nodded as I spoke, and then drew closer, like literally just broke into my personal space, voice dipping lower. "I will make sure to pass the message," he told me. I stepped back. "Oh, no, you don't have to," I jumped in. "It doesn't matter at all. Do you usually see them?" "Of course," he told me, with an excited inflection on his voice. Perhaps Mr. Oghilis wasn't the kind of person to tell this sort of thing to. But Abby and Rufus were perfect. At first, they tried to offer up explanations, same as I had in the beginning. But now, as soon as I get in the house, they throw their theories at my face. "Have you seen the movie Wrong Turn?" Rufus asked me. "Surely you can't be telling me that my neighbors eat people." "No, that's not it," he replied. "Maybe they're kind of like that." "Deformed?" I asked. "Yes, and they don't like to be seen." Abby's idea was different and somehow even scarier. Maybe the Callas aren't a family in the traditional sense. They are an old occult group, as old as the Benin Empire, an order that's been passing through generations, changing names and faces. Their kind isn't meant for daylight, and what you hear at night is not family life, it's ritual, the kind that keeps them powerful and bound together. The shadows you see at night, that's them between forms, not man, not spirit. And Mr. Oghilis isn't a member, more like a servant. My 6-year-old nephew also had a theory. "Ghosts," he told me. "They died a long time ago, and Mr. Oghilis got them a house to stay undisturbed. Don't go knocking again, Uncle Ben." Some doors, when they open, don't let you back out. Admittedly, the theories weren't helping at all. My sleep was getting bad. And not just because of the Colors night activities and the Oghilis' untheorized grin and their unwillingness to act, well, normal, but because deep in my consciousness, I can feel it. Something is off here. What are the colors? And what's up with the Oghilis? Am I safe?